What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's early today. It is Wednesday, May 6th at about 2:20 in the morning. I have two positions on, technically three, but two entry signals presented here on EurCad and EurUsd, respectively. I have two positions, so my risk is split between two positions on EurCad as a B setup, and I have one position short EurUsd. Now, typically, I don't trade two euro pairs at the same time unless it's in a situation like this. So today's video, we're going to focus on that. Why did I actually, for the first time in a while, take two separate euro pairs in the same direction? Because some of you, we've talked about this before, you'll look at that and you'll say, Austin, aren't you overexposing yourself to risk? Because if you're wrong, both euro pairs go higher, you lose both trades. Absolutely. And that's why I won't take both positions at the same time. For example, this morning, you can see EurCad here on the left side of my screen and EurUsd on the right side behind the P&L. EuroNZD also presented an entry I'm going to show you at the same time as EurCad. So when I saw both of those, what I did there was I narrowed it down between the two, which one I liked better, and chose EurCad. But because EurUsd presented at a different time, I chose to treat it as a different trade, whereas the EurCad and EuroNZD move could be the same move. And there, if you're wrong and they both end up coming against you, you're out on both of them. But because, again, we're looking at two different signals here, one at 1:15 and this one on EurUsd just came in at about 2:15. So an hour later, you're getting this signal on EurUsd. Both of them in the same direction, so you're riding that same trend, so it seems logical, and that's why I'm comfortable when the entries are at different times to add in to that same euro, in this case, that same euro momentum move to the downside. So as you can see, I'm up 25 and 22 pips from the two positions on EurCad, and I'm up about 14 pips here on EurUsd. I'm going to go to TradingView and show you the initial stop on EurCad was just about 11 pips or so. And so we're up about 2R there. And the initial stop on EurUsd was about 9 pips. So almost up 2R there as well. So now let's flip to them respectively. We're going to look at them individually, and I'm going to show you what I liked about the setup. So first, let's take a look at EurUsd and blow this up. So you can see the move down yesterday, really, really strong, right? As we saw all that dollar index volatility to the upside, we saw EurUsd come lower, which is natural. All night from that level we set here at 5 a.m. yesterday, all night we basically consolidated sideways. And now, finally here, like I said, at 2:15, we're breaking out past that low set yesterday, looking like we're going to move to the downside. And what confirms that beyond just price action for the A1 entry is the shorter time frame cross, which we talk about in the course, and the TDI here on the 15-minute. You can see it's perfectly under that 50 value, which tells us we are in a short bias pair. If you take a look at the 1 hour, same thing, very short bias coming off the 8 EMA here. If you take a look at the 4 hour, same thing, very short bias coming off the 8 EMA. So you have higher time frame confirmation behind this idea that euro pairs are going to continue to the downside today. Let's flip over now to EurCad as this one continues to push lower. Look, now past the zone set yesterday. So here we did have a double bottom set in, which sometimes can call for a reversal. This is EurCad now. The double bottom set in yesterday. However, when we couldn't hold above the 50 EMA last night and we presented the A1 formation here at 1:15, I knew that more often than not, we're just going to continue to see movement in the direction that we saw the day before when the indicators confirm it. So because the TDI is in the sell zone, because EMAs are short biased, I'm going to just look for short entries, and that's what I found here. Again, same thing on the 1 hour, short biased off the 8, TDI in the sell zone. So everything on both of these pairs, 4 hour even coming off the 8 EMA, everything on on both of these euro pairs told me we were going to see movement to the downside today. EurCad is one of my favorite pairs to trade, and I'm glad that one's working out really well here. So just to pull up FX trade again, so you can see I'm up about 30 now and 10. So about 1R on EurUsd and about close to 3R now on EurCad. So a lot of movement here behind CAD potentially. So what I do when I see this is I go to Forex Factory. Now this morning, there's a lot of Euro news, not so much the CAD news, which actually makes me feel good that this is just a technical breakout. There's no news driving this EurCad move. There's nothing really volatile that's going to potentially shake me back up and stop me out, right? So I can be more confident here at this close in 3 minutes as long as we hold under the support zone from yesterday. EurUsd, same thing. It's going to break for a new low here, it looks like, in 3 minutes, and that's going to be a really, really great sign. We wouldn't want to see this necessarily come back up and retest after a solid 2-candle formation like that. We want to see it continue to push in that direction. But they both look good. They both look bearish, and I don't want to fight that. Beyond that, the news today that we're looking at is this 8/15 ADP non-farm employment change. As you can see, it's predicted to be very, very bad. So we're going to pay attention to that. Definitely going to be out of these trades before then, especially because we're trading EurUSD and EurCad. Both of those euro pairs are going to be directly impacted by the US news potentially. So why stay in the trade and risk getting stopped out, risk the volatility? I'm up almost 3R on EurCad and over 1R now on EurUSD. You take some money off here as we manage them properly, and you come back and do the next trade after the news. That's the best way to do it. So right here at about 230, we're almost at, you can see 33 pips, which would be 3R. So I'm going to close half the position, move my stop to profit, and I'll come back on in a few minutes and update you guys on how this trade is progressing. Again, it's only 230, so I've got plenty of time until the news. I'm going to let them build, put my stops in profit, and make sure that I can't lose any money. All right. I appreciate you being here very much. I hope I didn't throw too much information at you. I know it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you're probably like, how is he doing this at 2 o'clock in the morning? When you love it, it wakes you up in the middle of the night. You can't sleep and you just want to keep going after it. So I hope I'm sharing that passion with you, motivating you guys. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. If you're finding value, thumbs up is all I ask for. And I'll come back in a few minutes and let you know how these trades play out. Over 3R now on EurCad and over 1R on EurUSD. Really good trades for an NFP week. Really, really good stuff here. All right, guys, it is now 2:53. As you can see, I am full out of EurUSD. I have a piece of EurCad still in, up about 20 pips. The stop loss is locked on this position, so I can't lose any money, and I'm up over 3% already on the day between my EurCad closes and the EurUSD position. So a really good start to the week, honestly. It took 2 days to get to this point of no trading, but now 2 really quick, pain-free winners to put me over my soft daily goal. And I talked about that in my trading plan video, where once I either go into profit over 3%, or if I'm down about 3%, that's where I look to kind of back off for the day. Especially if I'm down 3%, I stop trading. But once I'm up over 3, like a day like today, I normally don't look to add on to positions, especially since I'm up so early with Euro news coming in here. Let me show you at 3:15, 3:45, 3:50, 3:55, and then 4 o'clock. With all that news coming in over the next hour, I'm really, happy to be still in EurUSD, or excuse me, in EurCad, still in that Euro trend to the downside if it wants to move, but it's risk-free, meaning the stop loss is locked, some of the trade is already closed, so I can't lose any money. The day can't go negative at all, no matter what, even if this EurCad stops me in profit. With EurUSD, though, to be out of that trade because it didn't move as much, as you can see, comparative to EurCad. EurCad had much more juice in it this morning, so it's good that I was in both of them. I took them as they presented. The first trade this morning was EurCad. That was the first entry compared to EuroNZD. Let me pull that up right here so you can see it. You can see the formation there, but again, this really did show me a lot of sideways consolidation, and the divergence yesterday was stronger to me on EuroNZD. It's actually been building since Monday. So with all that divergence building, you guys can see that now, if I slide that over. With all that divergence building, right, the RSI has not made a new low since Monday afternoon, makes me a little hesitant to short EuroNZD. So I was much more confident to take EurCad. I felt like the probabilities were in my favor. And then with EurUSD, like I said, it's a later entry, so you're looking at it as its own individual trade, and then going into all this news with the unemployment news coming at, what time is that, 8 o'clock again? 8:15, the non-farm employment change numbers. With all of that news coming, it's important to be risk-free in the trades as soon as you can. I know that some people will say, hey, you're screwing up your overall risk-reward if you keep moving your stop into profit. Yeah, you could say that, but for me, I'm not a mathematician. I'm never going to try to come on here and act like I'm smarter than I am. This is what works. This is what consistently allows me to mentally feel good about trading. And if I mentally feel good and make good decisions, I consistently win more than I lose behind this system. So as long as I'm following the rules, as long as I mentally feel good, I can keep moving my stop into profit. And even if I'm leaving a little bit of money on the table, I'm not going to worry about that in the long term because I'm winning more times than I'm losing in the bigger picture. And that's keeping me, like I said, consistent. So about 3 o'clock, I'm up about 21 here. I'm going to let this go on EurCad as long as I can, really, until 8 o'clock. And then I'll come back on and I'll update you guys on what I decide to do. If I do anything between 3 and 4 a.m. with all that Euro news, I'll come on and wrap the video up for you as well. But here, I'm hoping, like I said, that you're seeing how I am able to take the 2 separate trades following the Euro short bias, how I'm able to manage them quickly, move into profit quickly, put the stop loss in profit so I can't lose any money, and now put myself in a really good position, like at least that's how I feel, going into this next hour of news. If EurCad wants to continue to drop and Euro pairs want to move lower, I'm going to be able to take advantage of that risk-free. And with EurUSD, let's say I'm wrong. Let's say these news events over the next hour take euro pairs higher. Well, I'm out of the trade. I moved my stop quickly. I wasn't married to the idea that this huge breakout candle here had to be the one that sends us down and pushes us lower. I wasn't, sold on that. I know that it looks like it could. Really good TDI, really good EMAs, break the zone from yesterday. Of course it could. But again, I have to follow my rules. I graded it as a C. When I'm up 1R, I need to move my stop loss into profit, and here it kept me profitable. This could come down, absolutely. That's why, again, I'm still in EurCad. But it's important to be risk-free as quickly as you can. So I hope you're taking some value out of this. I'll come back on as this EurCad position develops, and I will let you guys know how we finish out the day. All right, guys, it is 6:30 now. I am full out of both trades. I just closed the remainder of EurCad. I'm going to put the P&L up right here. You can see there are a lot of closes here because as this fell, I just was closing it in small pieces. I wanted to really make sure that I was taking as much out of this trade as possible while not taking myself out of the trade before it fell even further. And that's why I was able to take a good chunk out of this move today. So let's look at EurCad one more time just to go over it. So again, we were looking at the breakout here off the 21 EMA after the Asian session, rolling into the London session. I was up really early yesterday, which means I fell asleep really early last night, which means I woke up even earlier today, and that's why. So today I'm going to force a nap. That way I can get back on schedule for the rest of the week. Other than the breakout here, what I really liked about this was the break of structure. I didn't mention this too much earlier in the video, but the break of structure here in the Asian session. So you see how we're pushing right through. It sets the stop level very clearly. Now, of course, you can get a retest. Some people will say, Austin, how do you know to get in here and not wait for a retest? Well, I use the TDI and our A1 system to confirm if I should be in then or if I should wait for the retest, because the RSI and TDI and shorter time frames won't be in proper position if that's not the proper time for me to be in the trade. So that was EurCad, and now you can see this is pushing lower. Again, we had Euro news this morning that came out either at forecast or for some of them, like the German PMI was actually better than forecast. The final PMI was actually better than forecast. So not too impactful to begin with because they're yellow folders and not too far off forecast. So I think you see that the technical side of this thing, the fact that all the euro pairs technically were telling us to go short, you see the low impact news not really do much except push it in that direction. So it's like yellow news kind of helps you out sometimes when you're already in your trade and you're moving in that direction, technicals leading the fundamentals, but those red impact news folders, the one that we have coming up here at 8:15 in about 2 hours, that's something where I just would be out of the trade completely. But today I'm very happy with this win. Again, I'm going to throw the P&L up here just of the EurCad position so you can see that this was very, very clean. And if we had more higher time frame confirmation, for example, if we take a look at the 1 hour, if the EMAs were in more of a trend, if we didn't have some divergence here on the bottom, I might look to swing this. Again, if the 4 hour wasn't rising on the L50 and kind of choppy on the EMAs, I might have looked to swing it, but it's NFP week. I'm up now over 4% on the day because of these two trades, mainly because of this EurCad trade. So why would I be greedy? I know this week is typically tough for me, and I was patient for 2 days waiting for good trades like this. So I'm not going to be that aggressive this week. I might not trade again at all. I'm not going to be on Friday. I'm going to see my mom. I'm taking advantage of one of the lifestyle benefits, I guess you could say, of being a trader, that I don't have to trade. So Friday's NFP and it's Mother's Day, so I'm going to definitely take the day off to go travel and see my mom. So tomorrow I'm going to be very conservative, coming in saying, look, I'm up 4%, almost 5% on the week. Why force something? It doesn't make any sense. Now, let's flip over and take a look at EurUsd. My initial entry was a little early this morning, and I could have done a lot better on this. I'm going to put the P&L here too so you can see it next to me. I could have done a lot better on this. You see the TDIs in the sell zone. You see that we're definitely going to be looking for shorts. I jumped in early, which is why I was in here at 108.31. That was right as it broke past the 108.33 level for a new low of day. Now, some people would wait for that candle close to take their entry, and that's fine. Either way, the stop up here at 108.39, 108.40, that should be the level that you're watching more than anything else. And I wasn't. I got distracted and got stopped early. Now, I did follow my rules. I traded it like a C setup, like I said to you already, because I jumped in early. But I probably should have trusted the level here and left some of it on. Maybe not getting stopped early, leaving the original stop and maybe closing some there would have been smarter. So I'm going to do some analysis on this later in the afternoon and share that with our VIP traders in our recap. We do that every day at 4 o'clock Eastern, roughly. But for now, for this video, I want you to understand that I could have done better had I just respected the original stop. It's really as simple as that. You can see EurUSD extends to the downside exactly how we'd expect. Take a look at the dollar index. This looked so bullish. Look at the TDI, look at the EMAs. This looked so bullish this morning at the 50 at 99.79, 99.80. No wonder we broke out to the upside here. And you know if DXY pushes up, EurUSD comes down. Now, I could have gotten back in this trade at 4 a.m. However, I was already in EurCad with all the news coming in. I was like, let me just manage EurCad. I'm up over my soft daily goal. Let's leave it at that. I could have probably pulled a 7 or 8% gain today, maybe even more if I had gotten back in or managed this trade better. And it's funny because I said to the chat, I'm like, these are, fine trades. I'm going at them a little small just because it's a choppy week and I'm not going to pull a 10% day out of today. And I almost did. I could have had I gotten back in when I saw the re-entry signal present. On top of that, there was a really great idea here on GBP USD. I know some of the guys were short early in the morning, got stopped out on the pullback before the news started to kick in, but then once the news kicked in, you had negative GBP news come in here. The construction PMI was way down at 8.2 versus the forecast of 21.5, and that led to an A1 entry dropping 67 pips. I know Charlotte, one of our new members, Haas, a couple of the people all over the world, in this trade. So they're short GU while I was short ECAD. I had a position short EU. I mean, you see how everyone is reading it the same way, I hope. And that should make it very clear that this is just a foundation to build off of. This is using these three systems, the A1, the D1, and the D2, specifically the A1 and the D1. It gives you a foundation to build off of, to build your trading plan around. So you can read these rips and take advantage of this. Now, again, it's not every day. I'm never going to say that. And it's not instant money. But it's pain-free money when you have really good trades, when you have probabilities on your side. So we teach in our courses how to narrow down the probabilities. And if you want more information on that, I'm going to put some links down below. But I hope that you found value in today's video. I hope that you learned something, seeing how even from me having a great day today, I'm very self-analytical. Like, okay, what can I do better in this EU trade so I don't repeat the same mistake? What could I have done better? Maybe to just say, look, get stopped in profit, like you said, and get the re-entry. Maybe that's as good as it is, and I should have just gotten back in. So I'm going to definitely give this some thought, give this some analysis, even check it again over the weekend to give it that second glance. I find that sometimes if I'm looking at it that day, I'm in that same mindset, but if I go to sleep, I wake up, I'm a brand new person, it seems like, right? And I give it a fresh perspective. So I'm going to do some analysis on this, even on a 4% winning day. I'm going to do some analysis to see what I can do better. So I hope you found value. If you have any questions, please hit the comments down below. If you did enjoy the video, all I ask is that you give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Thank you very much, guys. I'll see you in the next trade.